In this video, we're going to get the character to put his weapon away before going into the inventory menu. Okay, so let's go back to assets, my scripts, and we're going to open the weapon script. All right, there we go. So at the moment, you have to press mouse 1, which is the right mouse button, in order to either equip the weapon or put it away. We actually want this also to be true if we press the I button. So just underneath here, let's press enter a couple of times. So we're going to say if input dot get key down, right at the bottom there, key code dot I for the inventory. Okay, we're going to check if weapon is visible, and we actually have all of this. So let's just select up to there, Control and C to copy, and let's put that into there. So if weapon visible is equal to true, in other words, you've already equipped the weapon, we're going to set weapon visible back to false, and we're going to change the animation from ready to false. So it's going to put his weapon away. All right, now that may very well take about a second to do. So although that's going to work at the moment, if I just preview, I'll show you what will happen. So let's just say that I equip number 2 for the baseball bat, so we can see it. Now I want to go into the inventory menu. Oh, okay. Let's just equip it again. Go into the inventory menu, and it doesn't have enough time to actually put that weapon away. So we need to give the character enough time to put the weapon away. Okay, so perhaps you can think of a way in which we can do that, and if so, you may want to have a go at this yourself. All right, if you do, pause the video now. If not, I'm going to show you. Okay, so in the inventory script, we have if inventory is equal to false and we press the I key, we actually turn time to 0. So we're instantly pausing the game when we press the I key. What we want to do is we want to start a coroutine. So we actually want to add a pause to the script to give the character long enough to actually put the weapon away. So what we can say here is, let's just press enter a couple of times. So we want to say start coroutine. I'm going to call this coroutine inventory start. Well, let's call it inventory open. And a semicolon on the end. All right, good. Oh, it doesn't like this. Oh, it's because it's not currently there. Yeah, we haven't done it yet. So let's just press enter a couple of times at the bottom. It is an I enumerator. Did I spell that right? Yep. Okay, and it is called inventory open. Make sure I spell it correctly. All right, so there we go. That one has now not got the squiggle, this one has. So what we're going to do is we're going to put all of this, we're just going to press Control and X to cut, and Control and V to paste in there. Okay, now it's still red because it's expecting some kind of a yield in there. So let's just put that in. So what we're going to say is under this one, yield return new, and it's going to be a wait for seconds. We're going to tell it to wait 1 second before doing the timescale thing, before pausing time. But we are actually going to do these. All right, so we're actually going to do these 3 things before we pause. So let's just press Control and X to cut those. Press enter, Control and V to paste. All right, so the yield should happen after the inventory menu is actually opened and after we've got our cursor back and everything. Okay, now one of the issues we have here is that the person opening the inventory menu, the player, could potentially open the menu and close it again before the 1 second is over, and that yield will still be running. so that time will become paused even in the game when you've not got the inventory menu open. So we need to protect against that by having a new boolean at the top of our script. So this is going to be called exit inventory. So it's going to be a private bool and call it exit inventory, and it will currently be true because we've not currently got the inventory open yet. And I'm going to change this boolean to private as well because we don't need to see that one. Great. So what we're going to say here is when we start the coroutine, before we do so, we want to set exit inventory to false. So we're not allowing the player to actually exit the inventory until the yield is finished. So once timescale is 0, then exit inventory becomes possible. Equals true. Okay, and where somebody, for example, if the inventory is true and wants to do this, we have to do another check. If exit inventory is equal to true, and we'll encase all of this in curly brackets. There we go. Okay, so as long as exit inventory is true, you can then exit the inventory. While exit inventory is false, it will basically run all of this, allowing the character to put the weapon away, and you get into the inventory menu. Alright, so let's now save this. Make sure there's no errors, which there isn't, so I'm going to press play. Okay, so I just want to go into the inventory. There we go. Let's say I equip number 2, the bat. Alright, and now on the press inventory menu, it puts the bat away, and now we're into the inventory menu. So I can now choose the axe, for example, come out of the inventory menu, right click, and now I have the axe and I can use it. Alright, so I think that looks a little bit more professional.